Stay tuned for the Splash Live. It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Yes, live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Thank you so much for joining us per usual. I am your host, Kevin McIntosh, and I was very excited to go to bed last night because I knew when I woke up today, it's gonna be May. And we got a lot of things to talk about in the greater West Bloomfield area, starting off with the students, the kids, the youth. There was a West Bloomfield 5th grade all-district music concert that happened this week, and there was a great turnout, as a matter of fact. A packed house, as you can see, full support for the 5th graders. That included all 5th graders in all schools of the West Bloomfield School District, by the way. It featured their band, their orchestra, and choir all working together to make some great music and vibes and energy in the atmosphere. And we just want to say here at the Splash Live and Civic Center's TV, congratulations to the students for their performance, and thank you to the teachers for their effort, and thank you again to the parents in the community for showing out and showing up for their support also. It's great that we have that turnout to show up for the kids. And we actually had the opportunity to speak with some of the music teachers, Miss Robotnik and also Miss Auger Cole. We spoke with them earlier this week on the Splash Live, and if you want to check out that interview, you can check it out on our website, civiccentertv.com. Just go to the on-demand tab also, and you can check that out. Plenty more going on locally within our 4 communities here in the greater West Bloomfield area, including, I should say, a very tasty evening on the lakes at Sylvan Lake Community Center. It already sounds great to me. I think we're anticipating some beautiful weather. And with that being said, this would be a perfect time for you to go out to the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan and enjoy some great tacos, by the way. Whoa, taco. All right, so we're taking it from Taco Tuesday to Taco Wednesday. I haven't thought of a clever line for Wednesday yet, but you can enjoy Whoa Taco Wednesday. How about that? The food truck at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. That is May 1st tonight. It is from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. It'll be a great atmosphere, good mood, good food, good people, good views. You can't argue with it. Get outside, enjoy the time with the community, and enjoy just the weather while we do have it. You can find out more about that event and just other things that Sylvan Lake has going on in general. sylvanlake.org is the website that you want to go to check out more information regarding that food truck event and other things happening in Sylvan Lake. Keeping things local, though, we are celebrating one of America's oldest traditions, Kentucky Derby, and Kentucky Derby festivals are coming to West Bloomfield, specifically the Connect Senior Center, I should say, and that'll be actually Friday, May 3rd, 12 noon, 1:30 p.m. And like I said, once again, celebrating 150 years of the Kentucky Derby. I had no idea. I knew it was old. I didn't know it was that old. But that's very nice. The seniors there at the Senior Connect Senior Center, I should say, have an opportunity to craft some nice derby hats. If you're watching on Civic Center TV, you can see the nice derby hat that we have on this viewer on the graphic. And then you can also play some bets. I'm guessing some friendly bets on some derby-themed races and games. It's a lot going on right there. It's $11 for residents, $13 for non-residents for registration. Don't let me bore you with it. Get the information where you're supposed to get it. You can go directly to the website, wbparks.org, or if you're on social media, it's on Facebook also. Just check it out at WB Parks to get more information regarding the Kentucky Derby festivals going on. As we are celebrating Small Business Week, we just want to tell you that small businesses here in the community, they need a lot of resources to keep themselves thriving and keeping up with other big competition. And as we celebrate Small Business Week, we want to highlight what state-of-the-art cutting-edge technology can do for the growth of a small business. And the Splash Live's very own reporter, Jake Schaff, has a story.
Proper dental care is very important, especially when you have access to top-of-the-line resources. Well, One Dentistry in West Bloomfield has been making exceptional strides in customer satisfaction thanks to some cutting-edge technology. Maple Orthodontics in West Bloomfield has been utilizing 3D printing technology to create 3D clear aligners, mouth guards, molds, and other valuable items to fit every customer's needs and to make sure that everyone leaves with a bright, gleaming smile.
Well, Maple Orthodontics is on the cutting edge, I think, of orthodontic performance. And our 3D platform allows us to convert 3D scan immediately into a set of three-dimensional models. Using 3D technology, we were able to manufacture these things immediately on the spot and deliver product to the patient the same day that they are introduced to us. There's a whole host of 3D printers on the market. We feel like the Sprint Ray was kind of the cutting edge in technology and has a larger capacity for multiple applications. So it was a perfect fit for us.
What kinds of things does this technology create?
So it has the potential to create orthodontic appliances of a variety of things. 3D Invisalign or printed aligners are kind of the hottest thing right now. But it has applications in dentistry beyond what we do. Oral surgeons use it to precisely place implants, and general dentists use it for night guards to alleviate clenching and grinding problems. It was our philosophy from the beginning to start with the newest and best technology. And the stuff is just extremely accurate. And, the things that we're doing now, I wouldn't have dreamed of doing even 5 years ago.
Why is this technology so important?
Well, I think it's the wave of the future. I think that we're just at the tip of the iceberg, when modern medicine and dentistry and all those things. I think that this is the direction that everything will be going in. For us to get the outcome that we're expecting here at Maple Orthodontics, things have to be very precise. And thankfully, this technique, has allowed us to really transform the way that we're treating orthodontic patients in our office. It's more efficient, we're getting better outcomes in shorter amounts of time, and it's really patient friendly, So if they're able to come in here and we're able to tell them, you're not going to take an old-fashioned impression and you're going to walk out with product the same day, for the consumer, that's fantastic. This technology allows us to just streamline and make things easier, faster, better. And I can't imagine actually going backwards to some of the things that I was doing 20 years ago. It just seems so antiquated to me. So better outcomes, shorter treatment times, more patient comfort, all of those things really put us in a place to have a unique practice here in the city of West Bloomfield.
The future is now and more impactful than ever. And with technology like this, Maple Orthodontics is on a passionate mission to make sure that you and your smiles are well taken care of. For Civic Center TV, I'm Jake Schaff.
Another great story, Jake. Thank you so much again for that information. And you can find out more information about local small businesses through our Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Of course, you can visit their website, westbloomfieldchamber.com, or make it easy and handy if you need to on Facebook at West Bloomfield CC, also on Facebook. Since we are talking about things that are going on locally in the community, and we continue to keep you updated with the events as the weather warms up. There's a lot of things going on in Keego Harbor specifically. As a matter of fact, their Parks and Recreation Department needs parade volunteers, and they are actually opening up their disc golf course. So joining the Splash Live right now to talk more about that, from Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Department, Kirsten Sonneville Douglas joining the Splash Live to talk about it. Thank you so much for joining us, Kirsten.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure speaking with you per usual. So we got a lot going on. First and foremost, we have the parade in which we need volunteers for first and foremost. Just talk a little bit more about what's going on with the parade and the need for volunteers for it.
Yeah, it takes a village or a city, right? And we need help closing our local streets to protect our participants and those watching it. So if you're coming down to the parade, volunteer to close one of the roads. It's easy, it's simple. It's just putting over a caution tape across the street right before the parade starts, and then removing it when you're done watching the parade.
Yeah. Seems pretty simple, right? Seems like just get a few volunteers, get it taken care of, and keep it moving. But at the same time, we still need people to actually do those. So we want to make sure we get the word out for people to actually go ahead and volunteer. So is there a deadline or anything that you're looking for people to actually come and look to volunteer for that event?
So they can find us on Facebook. We have a sign up genius, so it lets you know which streets there are. If you're coming to watch, you're already there, help us. And then they can just be assigned or choose to volunteer to close 1, 2, 3 streets.
Absolutely. And I know we're looking forward to a great event with that Memorial Day parade that will be happening in the streets of Keego Harbor. And we will revisit that also. But I want to get into this disc golf course that is opening. Also a very exciting new venture for the community. Let's talk about this grand opening and the inspiration behind it and what we can expect from this new disc golf course, I should say. Excuse me.
We're excited. We're always looking at new ways to activate our parks. And there was an organization that wanted to do a charity event last year, and went out and saw how amazing it was. It was wonderful to see everyone out there, from the littlest of kids in kindergarten to grandparents, being able to walk this small little course. And so it was something that we wanted from Parks and Rec on our master plan. And so we made that happen. And so we're really excited to kick that off this Saturday at noon. It's at Baxter Morgan Park. Nice. And the first 25 people that arrive will have, we have discs to hand out, and just having people there helping to teach how to throw a disc. I do not know how to do it. They're different discs, like there's putters and drivers, just like with golf. So it'll be a fun afternoon.
Yes, that's very interesting. So I was going to ask about that. Is that something where people would have to come with their own disc in order to play it, or is there going to be like a center where people can go and maybe rent disc or things like that, or maybe even get instructions on how to play it? Will there be any professional disc golf leagues or anything like that, or would you all entertain that?
So we don't have a place right now to put discs. We've talked about possibly doing a disc library, just like a lending library, a book library there. Right. So it's something we're looking to, always constantly developing and evolving. So you would need to bring your own disc. Right. That's why we're trying to encourage the people to attend, because we'll have some of them to give out as a freebie. We will have, I don't know if they're professional, but we do have disc golf organization that will be there. Gotcha. So they'll be there to help give us guidance, teach us how to throw the disc, what the rules of the games are, and walk us through the course. So it'll be fun, and there will be instruction there. And then this summer, we're hoping that we'll have pop-up games. Rounds, that's a better word, sorry, rounds. And so stay tuned for that. We're hoping to have maybe even a Keego League, just so that people will show up like once a week or every other week to play.
Right. Great information. Once again, joining us on the Splash Live, giving us more information regarding the Memorial Day Parade, volunteers needed for it, as well as the opening for the disc golf course. We have Kirsten Sonneville Douglas from Keego Harbor Parks and Rec joining us right now. And just for clarification, if you don't mind, Kirsten, just kind of reflecting for those listening and or watching who may wonder, why a disc golf course. Why that specifically? Was there a big need from it? Did you get a lot of feedback from the community for this? Why specifically that? And just what are some other things that that you all may have in place for the future?
A lot of people wanted to play it. It's something that isn't age specific. And it's something that whole families can do together or groups of friends can do together. And so that was something that we're looking at different ways to activate the parks for different age ranges and people's mobility. And this park was open. And so it was something that we could put on the perimeter of the park so it wouldn't compromise the soccer field, and just another way of activating the park, right? And so it's another way of getting people out and about. And again, something that almost everyone can do. You don't have to have a certain skill set. It's just having fun and being able to, again, get together and have a good time. It was something that we had talked about with the master plan. And so we do try to finish those projects and activate those. It was one that wasn't financially a huge financial burden. There is, right? Everything costs money, but it was something that we could still manage within our budget. So that was the one we chose this year, and we're always constantly working on it, looking for grant opportunities. One that we'd really like to do is a kayak launch in Fran Leaf Park. So if we have grant writers out there that want to help and donate their time to help us research grants, we would love for that. Right. All of it helps to activate our parks and to bring our community together.
Yeah, yeah. And I something that you said just kind of brought up a great point to me too. I want you to kind of highlight the importance of the support from the community to utilize this course. It's one thing to put something out for the community, but if you put something out, spend taxpayer dollars, and it's not utilized, it's a waste. So can you just talk about the importance of community engagement with these type of venues, parks, events, and things of that nature, how important it is for the community in general?
We just want to get people out, right? And so finding different ways, what speaks to the community members, finding different avenues that way. On any given day, you'll see pickup games of soccer at Baxter Morgan, and that's specifically the park we're talking about right now. Right. And then always updating our playground equipment, adding new things. We've got a new spinner that we're adding at one of the parks that are along the trail. And it's really, we want to be able to have that for our community. Our parks are very accessible. We're such a small community, and so that way everyone's able to walk or ride a bike to our parks. And so we really want our community to be able to utilize those.
Great. No, and I love that too. And that's something I feel like I need to challenge myself to get out and explore a little bit more, do some different things. I've never done disc golf, but I will be doing our community a service by just going out there, utilizing that, and just, just adding some, some excitement to the community. When people drive by it and see other people doing it and utilizing, they may get curious and want to stop by and make plans to come by there too. And it's just doing your part to make that type of thing happen. So it's a community effort all the way around. And just circling back real quick before we get out of here to the Memorial Day Parade and the volunteers, any advice for the volunteers, any recommendations regarding the participation for the volunteers of the parade before we go?
Just reach out to us. You can reach out, access us through the city website or our Facebook page. And we're happy and thankful for anyone who's willing to volunteer and give their time to any of our projects, whether it's coming to see the parade and closing the street, to helping clean one of our parks. We're just thankful to anyone's time.
That's correct. Absolutely. Got to appreciate anyone taking time out of their very busy adult schedule to come and volunteer and help the community. We got to appreciate that. Once again, joining Splash Live from the Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Department, Kirsten Sonneville Douglas, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's our job to continuously keep our community updated on things that are going on in the community and just keep you informed on things that may not even be specifically for the community, but it's just good in general. Maybe some tips. It is the springtime, so let's talk about spring cleaning specifically, right? So there is something that we've just recently found out that's called digital spring cleaning, and the Better Business Bureau are providing tips for you to help clean your digital devices properly and things of that nature. Joining the Splash Live right now to give us a little bit more insight regarding that, Director of Marketing for the Better Business Bureau, Nakia Mills, joining us to talk more about this. Now, Nakia, before we really get into the details, can you give us an actual definition of digital spring cleaning?
Well, it's a real thing. Think about every spring growing up, especially. I'm sure your mom did it too. I do it now.
Right.
We go through the house, we've been cooped up. We maybe let some things go a little bit. They're not so shiny. So you got to go through your closets. You need to organize. It's the same thing with your digital devices. There's some things you maybe said, oh, I'll just do that later, like those software updates that you really need to do, and you have to organize some things. You might have some files. You maybe have some people with access to your accounts if you're a business that shouldn't have access anymore. Think of it as just spring cleaning for all your devices. Organize and get rid of what you don't need anymore.
That is a great point. Okay, so now we're really opening up into a whole new world. So digital spring cleaning, organizing that computer with those files on the desktop, your tablet, your phone, purging those photos. Your kid was going through your phone, just hitting the little camera thing, cleaning that out, making some space, some storage. And like you say, even if you own a business and you have different people who are maybe in and out of your business, you want to kind of make sure you manage those accounts. Make sure you manage, the people that are using those. Great information that I don't think too many of us are privy to or really pay attention to. Why is it really important to do this type of thing, digital spring cleaning?
Well, we mentioned the nice parts of it. Like maybe you're just saving yourself some storage. You're making things look a little neater for you to find.
Of course.
But there's also the deeper implications, if you're not careful with this information, if you're not checking your privacy settings, for instance, this might be something deeper. You could be giving scammers and criminals access to your personal data, or you could be at risk for identity theft. So it's also important, to start looking at more important things besides just your backups and, all the cute things I mentioned. You want to remember to check your passwords. Are they too easy? Have you been cheating and using the same password for more than one account? It's time to change those, because remember, if you use more than one account with the same password, if that criminal gets that password, now they can access multiple accounts, not just the one. So I know we're lazy. We get that favorite password. So this is the time. Think about your passwords. So update those. Make sure they're all different, not the same. And I know we don't like two-factor authentication, but this is the time to go through. Should you enable it somewhere where it's not? Hear me out. Even it happened with me. I was recently telling another colleague, I got an alert on my phone giving me, a 6-digit code to enter for, I think it was Facebook or Instagram. And I hadn't tried to log in. But just think, if I didn't have that two-factor setting, whoever that was that did figure out my password would have been in my account, but they weren't able to get in it because I had the two-factor set up.
Okay, good point. Okay.
Very important there, so. And I know, for instance, I'm very guilty, especially on my phone. If there's an update, sometimes I don't really want to do the update. Right. Well, we should always make sure we're updating our operating systems and our browsers and those apps, because a lot of times those updates are because there's been a vulnerability found. That update is the patch to save us, right?
Good point.
So that's another thing at digital spring cleaning time.
Good point.
You need to do some updates.
Okay. So and that's why we brought you here, right? Because you're bringing up these great, valuable points that we may not think too much about. Let me tell you that two-factor authentication thing, I hate it when I'll try to log into Google and they're like, well, let me send you a text message. Man, it's me. Just log in. I gotta find my phone. It's another room, and it's so annoying.
Your phone is never with you, right?
No,
it's
right.
Never with
Like,
you.
I gotta go look for my phone. So, but you bring up valid points, because every now and then I will be on Facebook, Instagram, and I'll see one of my friends from another account saying, hey, someone hacked my account. Don't buy anything. Or you see someone sending messages like this, it's not me or whatever, and that could be them being a victim of the scam or whatever the case may be. And that's why we do digital clean. That's a great point. Joining us right now, Director of Marketing for the Better Business Bureau, Nakia Mills, talking about digital spring cleaning and why we should do it. First and foremost, let's get into a different aspect of digital spring cleaning, right? Because I guess when I thought of it, I was thinking more like tossing out old electronics, right? Now, we've been having a subject of proper disposal here on the Splash Live as of recently, but what will be your recommendations for someone who has a laptop that's been sitting around, they aren't using it, it's time to go?
So I am really big on professional shredding. And we recommend professional shredding, which is you take it to a company and they really are able to break it down into crumbles, because we like to believe that we can just, I hope first everyone knows, you have to, even if you think you've deleted stuff, even if your computer is burnt out and won't turn on, your information is still on that hard drive. So first, let's make sure we know that. So you have to safely wipe it, get rid of it. It's best if you don't know what you're doing, just get a professional. Some people will just take it and literally drop it or try to beat it with a hammer. Sorry, some criminals, if they want it bad enough, unless you have a super like Thor hammer from Marvel, beating it with a hammer isn't really going to help.
Look at you.
So, professional shredding services really do like obliterate and make sure it's destroyed into pieces where no criminal is going to be able to piece it back together. And that's really what you want to do, because we have so much information on our devices.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that's a good point too, because a lot of us will think, if I just, I don't know, put some water on the hard drive or just, like you said, just stomp on it or something like that. Okay, I'm good. I don't have to do anything. But if someone's really determined, they can get past. Yeah, they get in there. They can get in there. So that's a good point. So I think the overall thing of this, Nakia, from my perspective, is the fact that this is great information, but a lot of people just don't know about it. So there's a disconnect, right? But with the education and the people. So what should we do to stay connected with the education in regards to digital devices, spring cleaning, the importance of it? And, how can we stay connected with that, with the updates that come with it also?
Everyone should just listen to me, right? No, no, seriously though. One of our big initiatives at the BBB is doing things like this. We're trying to get out in front of it and do less of the, yes, we want to help you if something does happen, but the more that we all educate each other before something happens, then BBB look at us as your education source as well. So we're teaching you all of this so that you don't end up getting scammed, right? So we have different hubs on our websites for consumers and for businesses to help them get more information. And if you go to bbb.org/cybersecurity, all of the information, be a consumer, be a business, it's right there. All sorts of tips, tricks, recommendations. So we really want people to go to bbb.org/cybersecurity to learn more about how to protect themselves and protect their privacy.
That's right. That's right. And I know you were joking earlier, but that's real. This is literally why we have you on the Splash Live. You are the expert when it comes to this type of information. I didn't know this. Our audience didn't know this, but we want to thank you. Thank you so much, Director of Marketing for Better Business Bureau, Nakia Mills, joining us here on the Splash Live. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Nakia Mills on the Splash Live, Director of Marketing from the Better Business Bureau. Thank you so much, Nakia, giving us some great information regarding cleaning our digital devices, your phones, your laptop, your tablets, things that not only literally collect dust, but just collect information that could be vulnerable and leave you out there to be a suspect, a victim, unfortunately. So we want to try to prevent that. For more information, go to bbb.org. And we have so much more to keep you updated with things to do and information to know on the Splash Live. We are live, local, and social on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. bringing you stories and memories from Keego Harbor, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. It's that time of year. Let's gather around to honor our community's volunteers at the 52nd Annual Michigan Week Awards. Watch as these local all-stars are honored for their leadership, dedication, and passion to their community. To register, go to MichiganWeek.org or catch the live broadcast May 10th at 7 a.m. on CivicCenterTV.com or on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. How are you? Hope you're doing fine. I'm doing well myself. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. And when we all get caught up in the daily hustle and bustle of our lives, trust me, it's the rat race. You're going to work and sometimes you're having car issues. You don't know if your job's going to lay you off or maybe you have been laid off. The kids in and out of school doing this and that, and people on social media look like they're living a better life than you. It's just so much noise going on. So sometimes we just need an opportunity to kind of just get a peaceful place to kind of let things go. And we actually do have that opportunity in the Splash Live's very own, continuing on with things that are going on in the local community, I should say, West Bloomfield Public Library definitely has a great place for us to go whenever you do need a great peaceful place to just go and take your mind away from the things that are stressful in life. And actually, the Splash Live's very own Jake Schaff has the story.
We've all had those days where all you want to do is relax, unwind, and shut out the world for a little bit. And for when that happens, the West Bloomfield Township Public Library has got you covered with their new Reflection Room, a quiet space designed to provide a little more privacy and tranquility from the hustle and bustle of daily life. I spoke with Assistant Library Director Jeff Crocker to find out more about this peaceful addition to the building.
Well, it came as a result of thinking about patrons' needs and things they've been asking for the last several years. And we kind of rethought the use of our spaces during COVID.
So what makes this room different than a traditional study room?
The thing that's different about it is there aren't study tables and carols. It's not for intense study. It's for kind of individual studying, contemplation. It's for people who want a quiet library experience, but not necessarily in the study room. Maybe they just want to sit and read in a room where nobody can talk. It's a place for people to go off and have a view of nature while they do their reading. I see people taking their study breaks in there. That was kind of one of the main reasons we wanted to do that space in a cozier manner. There are a lot of people over the years who have been in here looking for places to pray during their study breaks. They've been out in the nonfiction stacks, which is like a tripping hazard. They've been in our cart corral, which is kind of a high traffic area for staff. So there was no real good place. And we also didn't have a place that was sensory friendly. That's something we're going to continue working on more on the youth side in the future. But this was kind of our first foray into that. And then also, we don't have a great place for mothers to nurse here. People have often asked, and really, it's kind of nurse in public or find a corner or use the bathroom or leave. And so this was something we hoped would be like kind of an interim solution to that issue.
Are you currently implementing other things to help people who come to the library?
Some work that's being done right now that we hope will be done very soon is the former computer lab, which we're going to call the Community Commons. And that's kind of a flexible use space. So we'll still do computer instruction in that room, but we'll also use it for like craft projects, tech projects, book discussions, and things like that. Some of the equipment started to come in, which is pretty exciting. We've got a laser cutter in there and a couple 3D printers. So hopefully that's something we look forward to opening in the next couple months.
The perfect place for reading, studying, and most importantly, relaxing. The West Bloomfield Township Public Library's Reflection Room is open and available for whatever you need to make you feel just a little more like yourself. For Civic Center TV, I'm Jake Schaff.
Thank you again, Jake Schaff. Great story, great information that we love to tell our community in regards to resources that you can utilize. A great peaceful room that you can go to at the West Bloomfield Township Library. Anytime that you just feel like you're having moments of stress or whatever the case may be. So you can find out more information about the resources that the West Bloomfield Library has, including those peace rooms, on their Facebook at West Bloom LIB, or of course go to their website wblib.org. This weekend, actually May 4th, I should say, Comic Book Day. Who knew? I know I didn't, but since we found out here at the Splash Live, we were well invested, and we want to find out, where can we celebrate Comic Book Day? And guess what we found? The West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Oh, to no surprise. Joining us right now to talk a little bit more about that event, we have the Tween Services Coordinator of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, Patricia Ballard, joining the Splash. Thank you for joining us, Patricia.
Well, my name is Patricia Ballard, but you can also call me Edna Mode.
Oh, okay. Oh, you are in character. You know what? Let me just be honest. When I saw you, I was like, she looks like Edna from The Incredibles, but now you just put it out there. Okay, so now I can say it, and it's true. Thank you so much for joining us, being in character, Edna, a.k.a. Patricia Ballard from the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. We have a very exciting event, May 4th. Free Comic Book Day is how West Bloomfield Township Library is celebrating. Can you talk about this event?
All you're doing is talking so much. I think that you should just engage and do something. And this is what we're going to do on Saturday.
Right.
So if you can join us, it will start at 10 a.m. We will have free comic books for everyone of all ages. We will also have entertainment starting at 11. We'll be watching the movie that brought me out to the general public, which is The Incredibles. We will have craft. We will have all kinds of treats and snacks. And one of my coworkers has just joined me.
Hi.
Hello.
And he will be also conducting, what is it at 2 p.m.?
At 2 p.m. we'll be doing gaming at the library as well. So it's our Saturday game day. But other things we're going to have Adele Hawkins here. She'll be doing 2 sessions of illustration. So you can register for that on our website. We'll have superhero themed games. So we have all sorts of activities going on Saturday morning.
That's
all he does.
That is so exciting. A lot going on. First of all, thank you so much for joining the Splash Live. Also, and thank you for being in character too, Patricia. This is beautiful. As soon as I saw that we are screening The Incredibles, one of my favorite Disney movies, I was like, oh, this is great. So, and then you being in character is also great. So let's get into the inspiration. Why be so invested into free comic book day or comic book day? As far as going into character, as far as having this event, having those classes, why is that important to you?
Well, reading is of the utmost importance. If you want to prepare yourself for the world, you must first engage the world, and sometimes you can do that from a book and from a graphic novel or comic book. So this will be maybe the 25th year of Free Comic Book Day. So we will be giving out free comics, and we think that any type of reading is a wonderful type of reading. Here is a sample of one of our free comics, Teen Titans Go. Oh,
ooh,
I do
Ninja
notice.
Turtles?
Oh, there were some capes there, and no capes. No capes.
She is in character. We get it, Edna. No capes. Superheroes get caught up in them, and we know all types of disasters have happened. Join the Splash Live right now to talk a little bit more about everything going on with Free Comic Book Day. We have Patricia Ballard as well as Steve joining us on the aka Mr. Incredible. I'll say today on the Splash Live talking about Free Comic Book Day. So we have a lot going on. You said these classes, there'll be classes on comic book illustrating. Let me tell you, when I was a kid being immersed in these comics, that's one thing that I wanted to do, make a comic myself. What are the specifications? You said there's 2 different sessions. Steve, can you just give us the specifications for the registration, any advice for people, any specific qualifications to join the session?
Yeah, so these 2 illustration classes are really meant for young adults. So, people in middle school, high school. Adele will be doing one session from 11 to 12, and then one from 12:30 to 1:30. If you go to our website and click on the event calendar, you will see those 2 events listed there. And then you have to have a West Bloomfield Library card. You click, you register with your card, and you will be good to go.
Yes, and Adele has a long history of doing cartooning, illustrations, all kinds of things. And she will be talking about how you can use your inner inspiration and put it onto paper and create your own comic book.
Very, very nice. A great experience, too, for the child in me that would love something like this. Great information. And Edna, real quick, I just have where's my super suit, Edna?
Well, you mean the one that you used to wear? Because that is garbage, darling. And I always look forward. I never look back. So I have been working on it. Perhaps if you come on Saturday, we might have something ready for you. And of course, kids are more than welcome to come in costume as well as adults. I know that Steve has an alter ego. What was that?
My alter ego is Speed Reader. I just revealed it, though, so I may have to go into hiding. But yes, so we will have some masks to give out as well for kids who don't have a costume, but who want to get into costume for the day.
Yes.
Nice.
So, and also for adults, because, some adults like to dress up. Not me, of course, because my style is, impeccable and
of course,
unique and one of a kind.
Of course, Edna, of course. And we appreciate that unique service and craftsmanship and attention to details that you provide, Edna, and so much. And we have a lot going on this weekend, and we want to pretty much thank you both for joining us and giving out this information for Free Comic Book Day at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Any last words, additional information that people should know about this event before we head into it?
Yes. I just wanted to add, we have the 2 comic drawing workshops. We have all kinds of crafts. We'll be making masks. We'll be making bookmarks. We'll have tables full of free comic books.
Nice.
We'll also have backdrops for photo opportunities and so many other things. Oh, you can make your own superhero crafted out of nicks and knacks and different things, but I'm sure I can help you with that.
Nice. Great information, and we love it so much, and we appreciate you all for joining us on to talk a little bit more about West Bloomfield Township Public Library's Free Comic Book Day. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for showing up in character. Also joining us right now, Between Services Coordinator, West Bloomfield Township Public Library, Patricia Ballard, aka Miss Edna, and Steve joining us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And that's another great, very exciting event to look forward to this weekend as we head into Free Comic Book Day, May 4th. Go out there. Make sure you register also if your child is into superheroes, comic books, Marvel, DC, that type of thing. Make sure you actually register so they can take advantage of that also. WBLIB.org on their website, or go to Facebook at westbloomlib.com. So much more to talk about in the greater West Bloomfield community, especially since it is Small Business Week. We want to highlight small businesses. So there is a ribbon cutting ceremony for a local business, Drip IV. Not sure if you've heard of it, but we will highlight it here today. And joining us on the Splash Live is the owner of Drip IV in West Bloomfield. We have Deanna Grove joining us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. I'm actually the general manager here at Drip IV, but thank you.
General manager.
Absolutely love the owners.
Absolutely. No, thank you for the clarification first and foremost, Deanna. But we have a very exciting event that we want to talk about here, this ribbon cutting and 1 year celebration of Drip IV in West Bloomfield. And this will be May 15th, actually. Congratulations, first and foremost, on the 1 year. Now, let's talk about your experience through having a successful business in West Bloomfield through the 1 year.
Yeah, so, there was a bit of a soft start last year. We're in the Boardwalk Plaza, so the parking lot was redone. So that was, there was a hiccup there, and there was a few hiccups along the way, and then boom, it just all came together, and the Boardwalk Plaza is just flourishing with businesses, small businesses, franchise, and us being one of them. So we would love for anybody to come out who hasn't had this experience or even know what it is we do. It's a great time to learn, if it's a right fit for you or your family or someone that maybe your employees or pretty much anybody. Everybody needs hydration, right?
Right.
And so that is Wednesday, as you said, May 15th, from 5 to 8, be at 5:30 is going to be our ribbon cutting ceremony, and it's just going to be really great. We're going to have a little bit of friendship, and celebrity catering is going to be out. We'll have some strolling appetizers and entertainment afterwards, just to kind of all enjoy each other and get to know each other as a community.
Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a great atmosphere right there. That sounds pretty nice. So I want to dive into your services a little bit more now, right?
Yeah.
Drip IV, hydration. Talk about what do you mean by hydration? What is Drip IV? Is this something with an IV? I kind of know I'm kind of leading you into it though.
It is. It is. And I totally understand, it's not for everyone. Some people are afraid of needles, and I completely understand that. But if you want to know the secret to having an IV needlessly, you're going to have to come in and see us. Okay. I will give you a little tour, and I'll tell you more about that.
Nice.
But it is very similar. It's actually the same as what you would get, say, if you go into the emergency room, right? And the first thing they do is they hook up a IV bag, right? And then lo and behold, you start to feel a little bit better, and you're not sure why. And that's because most of the times when we're lethargic or even hungry, it's because we're dehydrated, and not even to mention the lack of nutrition that, we have the potential to have nowadays. So we do all of that, and we have these amazing IVs to choose from. You can get the traditional Myers cocktail, invented by Dr. Myers. You can get a Super B for that energy. You can get an ultimate immunity. We have a lot of people that come in either before traveling, and then they'll come again after traveling, just kind of get that nice, healthy bubble around them. So it works out really well. We also, in our community here, we have a very large senior population, and sometimes seniors, oftentimes have a difficult time taking supplements, swallowing water. This is just a great way of going about it. And not to mention, it's a very comfortable environment here. So you can kick back, relax, lay in the massage lazy boy chairs, and just kind of enjoy yourself and your time to think about all that goodness going in.
I love that you added that part right there too. It's the same anywhere you usually go where they have to, draw some blood, put in the IV. It's usually a comfortable environment. So that's a great way to put it. Great safe space environment, chill, relax, get something put into your system that's very beneficial. And you kind of answered my question going into it. It's not just or I don't know if they all are different forms of hydration, but you said immune booster, energy booster hydration, different IVs that you all have. Just real quick, can you just get into some other ones? Immune system booster, energy, any other types of IVs that you have right there?
Yes, Kevin. Actually, a good one and one of the fan favorites is the Beauty or the Ultimate Beauty. That's really great anytime, of course, but one of the specialty times that they use it is like, say, for a wedding party, right? Or the bachelor or bachelorette party. You want to feel and look your best during a major event in your life. And that is a really good way of doing it. I mean, our beauty bag has biotin in it, which most people are familiar with for hair, skin, and nails, right? Not to mention just the water alone in it is going to make your skin soft and more moist. And it gives you a nice, amazing glow. So that's a really great way to do it. You know, Kevin, we also do deliveries too, and that's kind of on a case by case basis. So, you know, if you're not feeling well, or you just want us to come and maybe do a group like that, like a wedding party on site, we absolutely can do stuff like that.
Nice. Oh man, that's a lot more than I expected from your services right there, and that's good. That's great because delivery is just one of those things that you got to kind of have on board nowadays. Everybody's offering delivery, so you know, kind of having that aspect is great. Very convenient and timely with with how things are going right now. Joining Splash Live right now, General Manager for Drip IV in West Bloomfield, talking about their ribbon cutting ceremony as well as their 1-year anniversary celebration. Deanna Groove talking about the event May 15th, I should say, 5 to 8 p.m. at Drip IV in West Bloomfield. So getting back to this event just in general, or let's just talk about the cause of the event, 1-year celebration. What would you say you're most proud of, your proudest accomplishment in this 1 year, or just talk about the challenges, some things, the highlights that stood out to you in this 1 year?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the biggest things that we're proud about here at West Bloomfield Drip IV, this is our newest location. So a lot of people are very familiar with downtown Birmingham. It was one of the first of 11 in the Midwest. So we do have that background. Dr. Joel Kahn is a very prominent cardiologist. He's our overseeing medical director. But this is our newest location. And like I said, there was a bit of a soft start over the summer as the parking lot was getting redone and people are moving in and out. And the thing that we needed to accomplish was to let people in our community and surrounding areas know that we're here. And we're doing that. And we're doing that by this ribbon cutting. And we've been doing that just hot and heavy for the last 6 months, right? This ribbon cutting ceremony is dual chamber. So thank you so much to both the Lakes Area Chamber and West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Also a huge shout out to Dave Scott and the Civic Center TV team, as they are going to be here also covering this event. And that is what we want to do. We are doing, we have done, that's our greatest accomplishment. We will continue to get out in the community and let people know that we're here so that we can help. Whatever that need might be, whatever that specific IV might be for you, or maybe it's a booster shot, right? A B12 booster shot. Yeah. We can do that as well. So that's our biggest accomplishment and yet our most work at the same time.
Great. A lot of great different experiences, highs and lows through 1 year, but it's business, baby. It's business. And ultimately, we need the support of the community, which is why we're here getting the word out and congratulating you on 1 year of success also at Drip IV West Bloomfield. Before we do let you go, Deanna, any last words, important keynotes or bullets for the community in regards to Drip IV or just in general?
Yeah, I think we hit a lot of the key. Come on in, just take a tour. You know, I understand there is that maybe it's not for you, but just come in and take a tour because it might be for you or a family member. I also wanted to mention we are going to have a very special guest singer who has an amazing story to tell. And she is a singer. She's been on the show The Doctors. Her name's Allie. And I'm super excited to have her here as well. And then she'll be on from 5 to 6. So don't miss it. Just come in, take a little tour, enjoy some friendship with all of us. And thank you so much for having us on today. We really appreciate it in the Splash.
Absolutely. Thank you. And until you said her name, I was going to say, don't tell people I'm coming to sing. Shh. But okay, it's all good.
Okay. I didn't know that.
No, I'm just joking. But thank you so much, and I do love the fact that you are doing this in a collaboration with another local business, Nothing Bundt Cakes, who will be there to support also. So a lot of different things to look forward to with this event going on for the ribbon cutting ceremony and 1 year celebration for Drip IV in West Bloomfield. General Manager again, Deanna Groove, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, absolutely. And it is our job to continuously tell you things that are going on in the community, things that you can do, things you can do to help, things that can help us all grow here in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. And we'll continue to keep you updated with those. We are live, local, and social on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Bringing you stories and memories from West Bloomfield. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
It's that time of year, Lakers. Gather around to honor our community's volunteers at the 52nd Annual Michigan Week Awards. Watch as these local All-Stars are honored for their leadership, dedication, and passion to their community. To register, go to MichiganWeek.org or catch the live broadcast May 10th at 7 a.m. on CivicCenterTV.com or on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99. And now, back to the Splash, live.
That's right, live, local, and social. It's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Kevin McIntosh. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you woke up today and you are watching and listening to this, you are winning. Congratulations to you. Hey, man, we want to congratulate or at least give thanks or recognition or just highlight the neighbors here at Chico Elementary. The students there at Chico Elementary recently spread some love to our public workers, our law enforcement officers, I should say, the ones that keep us safe. They actually took their time and effort to do things the old-fashioned way. Write a letter, draw a picture, say thank you, give their good graces and show their love. And they actually sent it to the West Bloomfield Police Department. West Bloomfield Police Department put it up on their Facebook and their social medias. We're looking at it right now here on Civic Center TV. Thank you, police workers. And that's coming from me too, and all of us here at Civic Center TV and the Splash Live. Actually, that's coming from the whole community. Sometimes we just need the kids to say it for us. So thank you again for the kids at Chico Elementary for thanking the police. And you can check out those pictures on the West Bloomfield Police Department's Facebook at West Bloomfield PD also. As the weather continues to get a little bit warmer, we know everyone seems to move outside a little bit more. And now's the perfect time to not only move outside, but do some spring cleaning. We can kill two birds with one garage sale, or should I say two. Garage sale season is officially on its way in the Tri-Cities, starting off with Keego Harbor. Keego Harbor has their citywide garage sale, and that's happening Memorial Day weekend. If you don't know when that is, it'll be starting on Thursday, technically, May 23rd, going all the way until Sunday, the 26th. There are specific times. It's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., pretty much all day for you to go out and enjoy that, but a lot of different things. An opportunity for you to clear the house. Get that old lamp, those old vinyls, whatever you want. Get it out of there. Get out of there. You don't need it. It's taking up space. Get out there and sell it at the Keego Harbor garage sale. Even Sylvan Lake has a citywide garage sale going on almost at exact same time. It'll be Thursday, May 23rd through Saturday, May 25th. Also, you can check out Keego Harbor's garage sale on their Facebook at KH Parks or go to KeegoHarbor.org. Same thing for Sylvan Lake. You can go to their website, specifically sylvanlake.org, to get more information regarding the citywide garage sale going on right there. And just to highlight real quick, the West Bloomfield Clerk's Office does a lot more for our community than just run elections. Even though they're getting in full swing for the election season, here's a post from Facebook about the services that they do provide also, and we want to thank them. They do things like provide passport photos, not get an actual passport, but take your photo, and they can help expedite that also. They keep public meeting records, garage sale permits, grant gatherings, so much more. So we want to thank the West Bloomfield Clerk's Office also. And you can learn more on their website, westbloomfieldtownship.org, or of course on Facebook, West Bloomfield Clerk's Office on Facebook. If you're watching on AT&T Channel 99, Comcast Channel 15, Facebook, Civic Center TV 15, or YouTube, Civic Center TV, we want to thank you. Thank you to our producers, Calvin Brown, Tyler Keefe, and Jake Schaff. I'm Kevin McIntosh, your host. We have so much more in store for you here on The Splash Live. We are live, local, and social on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV.